What's up, you guys? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I prepare songs without even needing drums and 3 fail-safes that prevent mistakes. This is actually the 3rd video of a 6-part video series, so if you haven't seen the first 2 videos of this series, go back and watch those right now. I covered a lot of important things in those videos and you won't want to miss them. Now's the time to share my secret weapon. So the first step is pretty obvious and it's memorization. This is plan A. This is always the most ideal, how you should learn songs. Just memorize. It's obviously the most ideal, but if you're anything like me, it has some cons, and sometimes it takes me like 5 or 10 listen throughs to actually retain and remember a song, and that kind of sucks. What works for me is on the first listen through, I'll try to view the song in my mind from bird's eye view, and I'll view the sections of the song, like intro, verse, chorus, and so on, as if I'm above them. So it's then much easier to remember intro, V1, chorus, or C for chorus. I'll usually abbreviate, so it's just smaller letters and it's just a smaller thing to look at in my head. It's much easier to remember. And the best practice for your memory is actually to practice recalling information. On my 2nd and 3rd listen through, I'll actually be trying to play along. I'll be tapping on my hands if I don't need a drum kit, or just envisioning myself playing it and kind of picturing my muscles like playing the right grooves. That way I'm actually practicing recalling that information, and if I'm wrong, I hear it in the song and I can correct it. That's plan A, memorization. Plan B is creating a chart. Now, using a chart totally depends on the situation you're in. I'm obviously not going to have a chart that I'm looking at on the side if I'm being recorded and there's attention on me and what I look like. But for something else, like a live performance per se, it's not gonna hurt to have a chart at least on the side discreetly. You can have it on top of the bass drum, tape it on the hi-hat, which I would argue that it's way better to look at a chart and then play the right part instead of just forgetting the part and being left in the dark. For me personally, I'm often running tracks in Ableton when I'm drumming, so I have a computer to my side that I can just chart in. So you can chart anywhere that's convenient. You can do it on paper, iPad, computer, as long as you have something to tell you what to play as a reminder in case you forget. So I actually have a demo song I made a long time ago. It's my famous song titled New Song 1, unreleased. So let's actually dive into a session here and I'll show you exactly how I chart and what's worked for me over the years. So this part, don't worry about if this session looks confusing or anything like that. This can be done in any DAW or digital audio workstation, Ableton, Pro Tools, GarageBand, you name it. So I'm typically running tracks from this view in Ableton, and a trick I will often do is I'll just write in these scenes, these like rows here. So I'm gonna move this stuff out of the way and I'm just gonna hit play. 3, 4. So I was counting during that, and that's the intro. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna write down intro.
Down this hallway for 2 years now.
Let's use 2 bars, and I'm out. Well, it depends what I want to play. I'm not gonna go through the whole song. You get the point. But that would be one listen through. Now let's listen again and really dive into what am I actually playing. Here's where, because I write small in Ableton, and in fact, I'll make it. You can make it bigger in Ableton, like so. I will abbreviate like HH for hi-hat or K for kick, and then I'll make it like a brighter color. That's just a little Ableton trick, but use whatever tool works for you. You can use Notepad or Word or whatever. Oh, you know what? I heard it wrong. Tambo on the ands. And let's just do rim. Or I'll do a cross stick, which I'll draw an X. So y'all drummers know what a cross stick is. Cool. Let's just plan on that so I know what to play.
Well, I've been walking down this hallway.
So doing the same thing for verse 1.
I think I'm falling for you.
Okay, here's a trick I often use. I will write down the kick pattern in slang. Charts do not have to be pretty. All they have to do is tell you what to play. I've developed this kind of gibberish that has helped me, and I make it a different color, and I literally use do's and ga's in my charts because they tell me where to play. Let's figure out what this kick pattern is.
I've been thinking of you
Okay, so I heard do ga, do ga. So I'm gonna put empty space, do ga, tick, tick, do ga, tick. That lets me know the spacing of this. And then the second one is do ga, do ga. So that tells me exactly what to play. I'm assuming you get it at this point. This gives the gist of it. So let's get to plan C, and this is the third failsafe, which is vocal cues. Vocal cues, if you don't already know, is basically someone helping you as you play, tell you the next section or tell you what to play as you go, and you can be that person. So why wouldn't you do that? And of course, all the purists right now are like,
no, that's not true musicianship. You gotta just memorize.
But if you do all three of these, you'll never make a mistake. And I can tell you just from professional experience in touring that all the pros are using vocal cues and such. So there's a few different ways that vocal cues can be useful. I'm going to show you one here quick in Ableton, and look at all these pre-made cues just ready to go. It's my vocal cue pack, link in the description. Okay, so now I moved verse here. So it's obviously much faster right now because I just went through and labeled these with markers. But that just takes the time of like one listen through, and it can even be faster than that if you skip through. And then I'm going to consolidate all of these and call it New Song 1 Guide. Look at that. Intro, 2, 3, 4. Verse, 2, 3. Super efficient. That's one way with just dragging in, dropping pre-made cues. If you have more time, it's really nice to just track your own voice. So I'm going to deactivate that and just track my own voice here. Intro, 2, 3, 4. And in fact, I might even do this. New Song 1. And now when I play this, New Song 1. Intro, 2, 3, 4. Really, really professional way to do it, just like that. Another way you can be way valuable to anyone you're playing with this is to actually make these vocal cues help other people too, like lyric cues for the vocalists. So I wonder where we could be is the lyric here.
To ask you to be mine.
I wonder where we could be. I've even seen people, I'm going to duplicate this, make it sound a little different in a different voice, so you could take the bass out of that. I wonder where we could be. Something like that. And I found even just taking the low end out of vocal cues kind of makes them less obtrusive. So you still hear everything you need to, but it's less obtrusive over the song. And when it's like all bassy like this, it kind of 2, 3 takes a lot of your ear mix up. One more really clutch trick is actually singing a part to yourself a bar before. This has been like massively useful for me, especially in the light up drum covers I make. I'm going to show you a session that I actually used that rhythm cue trick on, and you'll see exactly what I mean by that. I'm not going to play the actual song along with it right now so I don't get copyright madness, but the full video is on my YouTube channel. It's called Fallen by Why Don't We Light Up Drum Covers. Here's what I heard in my in-ear mix. 1, 2, 1, 2, here 3, we go. 4. Crash out. 1, 2, 3, 4. So as you see, it's so much easier to play. I'm guiding myself through. I'm telling myself what to play, and I'll just let it go so you can get the point. Swell on the cymbal. Add snaps on 2 and 4. So you get the point. There you have it, my secret weapon. I hope it's as valuable to you as it is for me. My challenge for you is to try all three of these: memorization, charting, vocal cues, and see how it goes. So if you enjoyed this strategy, there'll be a bunch more secret weapons like this in my course, The Paid to Play Drummer. So be on the lookout for the next video, because in the next one, I'm gonna show my complete plan from beginning to end on how to accelerate your career as a drummer. I'm literally going to share the complete game plan with you, so you won't wanna miss it. Thanks for sticking around to the end of this video. You my homie. I will see you in the next one.